Hi, my name is Ariana. I'm 24 years old. I want to talk today about self-love and how people make it seem so easy. So I've gone through 8 years of therapy, probably like 20 different medications, probably like 20 different diagnoses, and probably and a lot of different very not good men. um, and it took, yeah, 8 long years of a journey and a process and my journey to myself, to just accept myself. And honestly, I feel good about it. I feel good, in being able to accept myself, because it's not even like self-love yet, because it's like you have to accept yourself before you can love yourself. And there are still obviously things I feel like regret about and stuff, but it's like taken me so long, and I feel really good to accept myself for the first time, instead of just hating everything that I did and hating myself so intensely and completely. And I think most people, or like a lot of people, are there right now just being like, you literally look in the mirror and you're like, oh yeah, I look like a fat fucking clown. Like, and you don't, it's automatic. You don't even think about it. You just say, you're like, oh my God. Like, it's automatic. The self-hate is like, yeah, just automatic. That's it. That's what it is. And it took me a lot of pain to realize what I deserve and who I am. Also, like, a lot of people want to be one thing. And I think that's what's really difficult in trying to accept yourself, is that a lot of people are like, oh, well, I can't be like, I don't know, a gardener, but still be like really into monster trucks. I don't know. It's like people want to be one thing one way because it doesn't translate in their mind or in other people's minds. So it's like, oh yeah, I don't want to be this way, but you are that way. If you are that way, like, isn't it okay? If you're not gonna let yourself be that way, no one else is gonna let you be that way. You're the one who lets you be that way, right? But yeah, people act like self-love is just like a little switch that goes off in your brain, just like, oh yeah, I love myself now. And there's a lot of fake self-love, obviously, being like, I love myself so much, I'm getting myself a glass of tea and water, and I'm drinking water, and I go get facials. Self-love. It's like, no, it's not at all what self-love is about. That's not even near what self-love is about. It's not. Self-care is a way of showing yourself love, but it isn't self-love. They're not congruent. They're not equal. Self-love starts from self-acceptance. And for me, self-acceptance came from accepting the things in me that I thought were disgusting and just shitty and gross and horrific and should just die. I didn't want to accept that the things that I thought were horrific about me were still me. I always put myself into two categories. There was light and dark. But my therapist taught me that there is no light and dark. Everything is you. No matter if you think it's really good or if you think it's really bad, it's still you. Everything is gray. You are gray, and that's it. And it took me, I think, 2 years or 3 years, I'm going to spit a little, to really get into that mindset, to really understand that. And I've only understood that fully in the past year, because someone showed me unconditional love, and someone showed me that it doesn't matter, like, what I've done or where I've been or, like, these things that I used to hate about myself. I still deserve to be loved. Period. I didn't know that. You think I knew that? I spit again. Sorry. I didn't know that. I thought, like, I should be, like, damned to, I don't know, Canyon Rock. I don't even know what that is, but, like, I thought I deserved to be damned for the bad things that I did or what I perceived to be bad things. But it's like, no, you still deserve love. That's it. And you're allowed to make mistakes. You can make mistakes. You can be yourself. You can have things about yourself that aren't the most positive things because we're all freaking human. Anyways, that was how I came to acceptance with myself, was experiencing unconditional love for the very first time. And that was wonderful. And actually, no, it was so hard to experience that because I did something that was generally not very good. And I made the person that I love more than anything in the world feel like shit. And he just said, like, but I love you anyway. I knew that you had this in you. I knew that this was there this whole time. That all of this pain and this anguish and this anger, I knew that this was all in you before I ever even said I love you. And I chose to love you just as you are. That blew my fucking mind. And it made me feel like shit at the time. Because I thought I didn't deserve it. And I thought I am dating an angel who is just giving me all this love that I don't deserve. But over time, I realized that I did deserve that. And that's how love should work. Because he also makes mistakes sometimes. And he does stuff that isn't particularly, like, the most positive. But I love him just as he is, even with these things going on. I love him with those things. I love him as he is. So yeah, I learned that. And that helped me to accept myself and feel much better about myself and grow and learn about myself and about life. And even at that, that's not self-love. That's just self-acceptance. So people are always saying, like, oh yeah, I learned to love myself this summer. Like, it doesn't take 3 months, probably. It's taken me 8 years just to get to self-acceptance. And I'm sure everyone's story is different. Everyone is different. We're all living a different story. Some people say we're all God, just, seeing the earth and living life through different eyes. And you know what? I love that. And so we all have totally different stories to tell, and we all have totally different things that we've experienced. So yeah, maybe it might actually just take you 3 months, or maybe it'll take you 30 years. Probably the latter is more likely, but yeah, it's been a process. And yeah, like I said, at the beginning when I received unconditional love for the first time, it was so painful. I cried every day for like hours. I just couldn't stop crying for like weeks. Because something in my heart was breaking open and was accepting this unconditional love for the first time. So I don't know if it was that I received, I think it was that I received unconditional love for the first time, because a lot of the other people who have ever loved me in my life would love me with transactional love. So if I don't do what they want, I don't get love. So basically, yeah, that's what it was. That's what it is, and I love it. Yeah. So the idea that like loving yourself is easy is like, it's the way that people say it. It's just so much easier if you love yourself. Let go and love yourself. And it's like, that shit is hard. I don't really think most people can do it. Accepting yourself, okay? Like, pretty much everything you see in the world today is telling you the opposite. It's telling you not to accept yourself. You're not pretty enough, you're not skinny enough, you're not handsome enough, your hair looks like shit, you need new clothes, you need a new TV. If you don't get the new iPhone, you're gonna be such a fucking loser. And it's like, companies obviously don't want you to accept yourself the way that you are. And I heard that, a little wish just flew from my window. Look at it. Can you see it? It's very small. I'm gonna make a wish. Oh. Okay, I made my wish. Oh, it's still falling down. Go. I don't know where you're gonna go. Anyways. So, what was I gonna say? Right. I've heard that people say that self-love is literally like an act of like defiance against capitalism. I think it's true. But yeah, we're not getting into that today. But yeah, I think that people should take self-love a lot more seriously, because I think a lot of people don't even understand what self-love could look like. Because it could be like you getting a facial and taking care of yourself, or like, you know, taking a mental health day, or like it could be when you make a mistake, just taking a deep breath and being like, okay, it's okay, let's try again, and not being angry at yourself or beating yourself up. It could be taking time to meditate and just relax and calm yourself. It could be saving up money so you can go to therapy, or saving up money so you can get your medication. It could be carving out time to go to the doctor to get medication, or it could be, you know, instead of like going out drinking and partying, saving your money, like I just said, to go to therapy, or to, I don't know, buy healthier foods for yourself so that you can nourish your body properly. It could be doing meditation while eating instead of overeating and rushing through your food. I'm one of those people who, I don't chew, I just freaking swallow my food down, and then it makes me want to eat more, and then I eat way too much, and then I feel sick. And that's just not being very nice to yourself. Self-love can look like so many different things. Those are just the things that I can see where people aren't giving themselves, the people around me aren't giving themselves the love that they deserve. And I don't know, I'm trying to think. When you make a creation, and why did I just look like my grandpa? When you make a creation, when you make art, or a piece of clothing, or, you know, whatever you do, take a photo, photography, whatever it is that you do, you make something or you do something, and then you compare it to the person next to you, and you're like, oh my god, theirs is so much better, instead of realizing that your work and their work can exist on the same plane of existence without having to be better or worse than each other. They can just be as they are. Yeah, I'm really bad at that one, but I'm working on it. Or that you don't have to like work your ass off and push yourself and freaking just like tear your own heart out of your chest in order to be the best. Because you know what? There is no worst and best. There is no black and white. There is no like real any of that. That doesn't fucking matter. And in like society, I guess it does matter. Because it's like, oh, I want to be the top, I want to be the CEO, I want to be the president, I want to be this, I want to have all the power. But like none of that actually matters, because if you're not happy and you're all the way at the top, you'll still commit suicide. That's the stinger for you. None of that matters. What matters is you, what you're doing, how you're spending your time, how much love you're giving yourself. And a lot of times when we aren't giving ourselves love, for example, I used to, and I have even done recently, I would take my medication and drink alcohol. And I used to take a lot of medication and binge drink And I didn't know that could kill me. I could have died because I wasn't taking care of myself and I wasn't paying attention to the fact that I shouldn't drink. And in 2021, I really truly believe I can do this. I'm gonna try not to drink at all, not even one sip. Oh, I did already drink. Well, from now, I silly. I'm gonna forgive myself and I'm gonna try again. And yeah, just be careful and take care of myself. And it's just stuff like that. It's stuff that we don't even realize we're doing. It's looking at yourself in the mirror and not being like, oh, I look like such a crusty pig. It's just being like looking at yourself in the mirror and being like, okay, this is me right now as I am. And I think a lot of things that can help us to get to there, I would suggest meditation, if you can afford therapy or if you can save up money to go to therapy. Or they have applications where you can like do CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. They have a lot of different options. But I would say, yeah, therapy, they have so many more options now. And meditation, at least for me, that's what has gotten me to where I am today. So that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. And I hope you have a wonderful day.